My dear students, in previous lecture I have explained what is electronegativity and some electronegativity scales like Mulliken scale and Pauling scale. Now I am going to explain factors affecting on electronegativity. See, first one is atomic size. First one is atomic size. If atomic size increases, tendency of an atom to attract the electrons decreases. If atomic size increases, tendency of an atom to attract the electrons decreases. If atomic size decreases, tendency of an atom to attract the electrons increases. So electronegativity is inversely proportional to atomic size. First fact is atomic size. Electronegativity is inversely proportional to atomic size. Here this En means electronegativity. So next, second factor, nuclear charge. Nuclear charge. If nuclear charge is more, the tendency to attract the electrons increases. Nuclear charge is more means tendency to attract the electrons increases. Nuclear charge is less means tendency to attract the electrons decreases. So directly proportional. Electronegativity is directly proportional to nuclear charge. Next, third factor, shielding effect. Shielding effect. Already you know that what is shielding effect. In case of higher atomic number elements, electrons present in the inner orbits act as screen, like a screen. Inner electrons act as screen. They reduce nucleus force of attraction on valence electrons. That is called shielding effect or a screening effect. So third factor is shielding effect. If shielding effect is more means, if this shielding effect is more, tendency to attract the electrons is less. Shielding effect more means tendency of an atom to attract the electrons will be less. So electronegativity is inversely proportional to shielding effect. Shielding effect is more means nucleus force of attraction. Shielding effect is more means tendency of an atom to attract the electrons will be less. Shielding effect is less means tendency of an atom to attract the electrons will be more. That is inversely proportional. Electronegativity is inversely proportional to shielding effect. Shielding effect more means electronegativity will be less. Shielding effect less means electronegativity will be more. Next, fourth factor. First one is atomic size. Second one is nuclear charge. Third one is shielding effect. Fourth one is percentage of S character. Electronegativity is directly proportional to percentage of S character. See, that means if you take alkanes, in alkanes carbon atoms undergo sp3 hybridization. In alkanes carbon atoms undergo sp3 hybridization. Here s orbital percentage. In alkanes carbon atoms undergo sp3 hybridization. Here 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals are there. Then percentage of s character. Percentage of s orbital is equal to number of s orbitals divided by total number of orbitals into 100. That is 25%. If carbon atoms undergo sp3 hybridization, then percentage of s character is 25. Percentage of p character is 75. If we take alkenes, I am taking ethylene, CH2 double bond CH2. In alkenes, carbon atoms undergo sp2 hybridization. Then percentage of S character is equal to number of s orbitals divided by total number of orbitals. Here one s orbital is there, divided by total number of orbitals. One s orbital, 2p orbitals, total number of orbitals 3 into 100, then 33.3%. Here s character is in sp3 hybrid orbitals, s orbital percentage is 25. In sp2 hybrid orbitals, percentage of s character is 33.3. Here s character is more when compared to sp3 orbital. In case of sp2 orbitals, s character is more. S character is more means tendency of an atom to attract the electrons will be more. See, carbon compounds, hybridization, of carbon, percentage of electronegativity. Carbon compounds, if we take alkanes, in alkanes carbon atoms undergo sp3 hybridization. In alkanes carbon atoms undergo sp3 hybridization. Then electronegativity of carbon is 2.5. In alkenes double bonded carbon atoms undergo sp2 hybridization. Here s orbital percentage is 25, but here 33.3. Electronegativity of carbon is 2.75. In alkynes triple bonded carbon atoms undergo sp hybridization. Here s orbital percentage is 50. Then percentage of s character is 50. Electronegativity of carbon is 3.25. All are carbon atoms only. In alkanes carbon atoms undergo sp3 hybridization. Electronegativity of that sp3 carbon is 2.5. In alkenes double bonded carbon atoms undergo sp2 hybridization. Electronegativity of carbon is 2.75. In alkynes triple bonded carbon atoms undergo sp hybridization. Then electronegativity of carbon is 3.25. Here s character is 25. Then electronegativity of carbon is 2.5. Here s character means s orbital character. S orbital percentage 33.3. So electronegativity of carbon is 2.75. But here s character is more. So it increases 25, 33.3, 50. As s character increases, electronegativity of carbon also increases. So these are the factors affecting on electronegativity: atomic size, nuclear charge, shielding effect, percentage of s character in the hybrid orbitals. Electronegativity is inversely proportional to atomic size. Second one, nuclear charge. Electronegativity is directly proportional to nuclear charge. Nuclear charge more means electronegativity will be more. Third one is shielding effect. Shielding effect is more means electronegativity will be less. Shielding effect less means electronegativity will be more. Next, percentage of s character in the hybrid orbitals. So we can write like this: electronegativity is directly proportional to percentage of s character. Electronegativity is directly proportional to percentage of s character. S character increases means electronegativity also increases. Next, one more factor is there. Oxidation state or charge on element. Oxidation state or charge on the atom. Oxidation state more means tendency to attract the electrons will be more. Oxidation state or charge on atom. So electronegativity is directly proportional to charge or oxidation state. Oxidation state more means electron deficiency is more. Electron deficiency is more, then tendency to attract the electrons will be more. For example, if you take an element M plus 3 is there, M plus 5 is there. Here 3 units of positive charge, here 5 units of positive charge. Oxidation number of M is plus 3, oxidation number of M is plus 5. Here the charge is more, it has more tendency to attract the electrons. When compared to M plus 3, M plus 5 has more tendency to attract the electrons. So electronegativity is directly proportional to oxidation state of an atom. These are the factors affecting on electronegativity. Next, variation of electronegativity in periods and groups. Variation of electronegativity in periods. Variation of electronegativity in periods or periodicity of electronegativity means how it changes in periods and in groups. See, first in periods. In periods, see left to right as the atomic number increases. In periods, left to right as the atomic number increases, atomic size decreases. As the atomic size decreases, tendency of an atom to attract the electrons increases. In periods, left to right as the atomic number increases, atomic size decreases. As atomic size decreases, tendency of an atom to attract the electrons increases. If we take second period elements, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. These are second period elements. For lithium, 1. For beryllium, 1.5. For boron, 2. For carbon, 2.5. For nitrogen, 3. For oxygen, 3.5. For fluorine, 4. For zero group elements, 0. They do not have tendency to attract the electrons because for zero group elements already they have stable configuration. Zero group elements have stable configuration, then no need to attract the electrons. For remaining elements, left to right increase. These values are on Pauling scale. These are Pauling values. Pauling was taken hydrogen as reference element for hydrogen 2.1. By taking hydrogen as reference element, he determined electronegativities of remaining elements. By using this formula, in previous lecture already I have explained, Xa minus Xb is equal to 0.208 into root delta. This delta indicates polarity of the bonds. Xa is electronegativity of the element A, Xb is electronegativity of the element B. So Pauling, these are the Pauling values. These values are determined on Pauling scale. Left to right increase. You should remember these values, but it is easy to remember also. Just 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. Top to bottom decrease. See, next variation of electronegativity in groups. Variation of electronegativity in groups. In groups, top to bottom, as the atomic number increases, atomic size increases. As atomic size increases, tendency of an atom to attract the electrons decreases. In groups, top to bottom, as the atomic number increases, atomic size increases. As the atomic size increases, tendency of an atom to attract the electrons decreases. So in groups, it decreases. See, for hydrogen 2.1, for lithium 1, for sodium 0.9. So top to bottom decreases. In periods, increases. In periods, increases. In groups, it decreases. So in the periodic table, which group elements have highest electronegativity? 7th A group elements. 7th A group elements or 17th group elements or halogens. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, acetylene. They have highest electronegativity. In the periodic table, 7th A group elements or 17th group elements or halogens have highest electronegativity. For zero group elements, 0. They do not have tendency to attract the electrons. Next, first A group elements have lowest electronegativity. In the periodic table, first A group elements have lowest electronegativity, seventh A group elements have highest electronegativity. In the periodic table, the element with highest electronegativity is fluorine. In the periodic table, the element with highest electronegativity is fluorine. Its value is 4. Next, second highest element is oxygen. Its value is 3.5. Next, third highest element is not nitrogen, chlorine. For chlorine, 3.16. First highest element is fluorine. Second highest element is oxygen. Third highest element is chlorine. Fourth highest element is nitrogen. So next, applications of electronegativity. Applications of electronegativity. To write the formula of compounds. Electronegativity is useful to write the formula of compounds. While writing formula, generally while writing formula, more electronegative atoms should be on right hand side and less electronegative atoms should be left hand side. If you take sodium chloride, NaCl, sodium chloride, NaCl, here chlorine is more electronegative, sodium is less electronegative. While writing formula, we should write more electronegative atom on right hand side, less electronegative atom on left hand side. We should not write ClNa, sodium chloride. It should be NaCl, sodium chloride, not chlorine sodium. Sodium chloride. More electronegative atoms should be right hand side and less electronegative atoms should be left hand side. Hydrogen chloride, hydrogen chlorine. For hydrogen 2.1 electronegative value. For chlorine 3.16. Chlorine is more electronegative. If we take chlorine oxide, Cl2O, when compared to chlorine, oxygen is more electronegative. When compared to chlorine, oxygen is more electronegative. For chlorine 3.16, for oxygen 3.5. For fluorine oxide, if we take fluorine oxide, we should not write like this. We should not write F2O. We should not write like this. We should write OF2. This is not fluorine oxide, oxygen fluoride. This OF2 is oxygen fluoride, but not fluorine oxide. So because see chlorine, oxygen is more electronegative. Among chlorine and oxygen is more electronegative. Among oxygen and fluorine is more electronegative. For fluorine 4, for oxygen 3.5. So we should write OF2, not F2O. This is the first application, to write the formula of compounds. Next, the second one, to determine the nature of the bond. To determine the nature of the bond formed between two atoms. Third one is to determine the nature of the bond formed between two atoms. Between two atoms, if electronegativity difference is more than 1.7 or 1.7, then ionic bond will be formed. If En difference between two atoms is 1.7 or more than 1.7, ionic bond will be formed. If it is less than 1.7, then covalent bond will be formed. If En difference is less than 1.7 or 1.7, ionic bond will be formed. If it is less than 1.7, covalent bonds. If En difference between two atoms is less than 1.7, covalent bonds. Sharing of electrons take place, then covalent bond will be formed. If it is greater than 1.7, then ionic bonds. Electronegativity difference between two atoms is less than 1.7, then sharing of electrons take place, covalent bond will be formed. If it is 1.7 or greater than 1.7, 1.7 or greater than 1.7, then transfer of electrons take place, ionic bond will be formed. Second application is to determine the nature of the bond formed between two atoms. If the electronegativity difference between two atoms is more than 1.7, then covalent bond will be formed. If it is less than 1.7, covalent bond will be formed. If it is 1.7 or greater than 1.7, then ionic bonds. Except hydrogen fluoride. Here the difference is more than 1.7, but in HF, covalent bond is present, not ionic bonds. In hydrogen fluoride, see for hydrogen 2.1, for fluorine 4, difference is 1.9. It is more than 1.7. Here already I explained it is more than 1.7 means ionic bonds, but here not ionic bond, covalent bond only, because both are non-metals. Hydrogen, fluorine, both are non-metals. Here covalent bond only, not ionic bonds. In general, if the difference is 1.7 or greater than 1.7, then ionic bonds. Next one. Percentage of ionic character. Percentage of ionic character of a bond. Can be determined by using Harney-Smith equation. Percentage of ionic character of a bond can be determined by using Harney-Smith equation. That Harney-Smith equation is, see, percentage of ionic character is equal to 16 into delta x modulus of delta x. 16 into modulus of delta x plus 3.5 into delta x whole square. This equation is called Harney-Smith equation. Percentage of ionic character is equal to 16 into delta x plus 3.5 into delta x whole square. This delta x is nothing but En difference between two atoms. Electronegativity difference between two atoms. 16 into electronegativity difference between two atoms. It may be positive or negative. That's why I have taken modulus. Just the difference. 16 into electronegativity difference of two atoms plus 3.5 into electronegativity difference whole square. If we take hydrogen chloride, in that hydrogen chloride, covalent bond is present. But this is not 100% covalent bond. This covalent bond has certain ionic character. That ionic character can be determined. Percentage of ionic character is equal to 16 into delta x. The delta x is nothing but electronegativity of hydrogen minus electronegativity of chlorine. 16 into modulus of electronegativity of hydrogen minus electronegativity of chlorine plus 3.5 into electronegativity of hydrogen minus electronegativity of chlorine whole square. We can determine percentage of ionic character. Next, last application. See, MOH like compounds. MOH like compounds can act as acid or base can be predicted. MOH like compounds can act as acid or base. Acid or base can be predicted. MOH like compounds. See, for example, if this MOH like compounds, in these compounds, if XO minus XH is greater than XO minus XM, this XO minus XH is greater than XO minus XM. This XO is nothing but electronegativity of oxygen. Here this M, one element is there, oxygen and hydrogen are there. If the electronegativity of oxygen minus electronegativity of hydrogen is greater than electronegativity of oxygen and electronegativity of that element, then it can act as acids. If XO minus XH is greater than XO minus XM, it can act as acid. If it acts as acids, it gives MO minus ions. See, MO minus ion plus H plus ion. If XO minus XH is, take modulus, means just the difference only, whether it is positive or negative. If XO minus XH is greater than, if modulus of XO minus XH is greater than XO minus XM, MOH can act as acids. We know that acid means which gives H plus ion. See, for example, I am taking, see here, one more. If XO minus XH is less than XO minus XM, it can act as base. If modulus of XO minus XH is less than XO minus XM, if XO minus XH is less than XO minus XM, it can act as base. That MOH on ionization gives M plus OH minus ions. So example I'll give. I'm taking one compound ClOH. Here that M is chlorine. If XO minus XH is greater than XO minus XM, that means if electronegativity of oxygen minus electronegativity of hydrogen is greater than electronegativity of oxygen minus electronegativity of chlorine, it can act as acid. XO minus XH is equal to electronegativity of oxygen is 3.5. Electronegativity of oxygen is 3.5 minus electronegativity of hydrogen is 2.1. Difference is 1.4. Electronegativity of XO minus XH is this much. Next, electronegativity of oxygen minus electronegativity of that element M, that is chlorine. This difference is 3.5 minus, for chlorine, 3.16. That difference is 0.34. XO minus XH is 1.4. XO minus XCl is 0.34. If XO minus XH is greater than XO minus XM, it can act as acid. So ClOH is acid because XO minus XH is 1.4, XO minus XCl is 0.34. So it can act as acid. So ClOH is acid. It can give ClO minus plus H plus ions, which is nothing but HClO or HOCl only, hypochlorous acid. ClOH can also written as HClO or HOCl, hypochlorous acid. It undergoes ionization and gives H plus ions. If we take CSOH, here also, see XO minus XH. XO minus XH is 1.4. Then calculate XO minus XCS. Electronegativity of oxygen is 3.5 minus electronegativity of cesium is 0.7. That value is 2.1. 2.8. So XO minus XH is 1.4, but XO minus XCS is 2.8. For cesium 0.7. So because hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. For hydrogen 2.1. For lithium 1, 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, 0.7. Top to bottom decreases. No need to remember this value also, approximately 0.7 or 0.8 like that. The difference is 2.8. So this difference, this value is more than this value. Electronegativity of oxygen minus hydrogen is less than electronegativity of oxygen minus electronegativity of cesium. So it can act as base. It can act as base means it gives OH minus ions. Cs plus OH minus ions. These are the applications of electronegativity. To write the formula of compounds, next to determine the percentage of ionic character of the compounds, and to determine the nature of the bond found between two atoms, and in case of MOH like compounds, it can act as acid or base can be predicted. In case of MOH like compounds, like compounds can act as acid or base can be predicted by using electronegativity values.